Have you been in a storm before? Have you seen a storm before? I can pretty safely say most of us have seen that, have experienced that. And here in my home here in Malaysia, we see rainstorm in a big show of the thunder and storm in the rain that was like torrential, It's lightning everywhere. Wow, it's quite a magnificent show. But what everybody would do is that we want to stay indoor because we want to stay safe. Dear friends, welcome to Fully Alive with Irene. And today I'd like to talk a little bit about a storm. What is it like, in a storm? So I've mentioned about like everybody wants to stay indoor and want to stay safe. It is very logical. It's just common sense telling us like, don't go out when there's a storm. It's not a good thing to do. And the storm in life are situations of great difficulty. And this is where these are the times where I believe most of us would want to seek safety as well. And I'd like to share in my life one of the major storms that I've experienced, which is experiencing a myasthenia gravis crisis in April of 2023. In the beginning of the year, in 2023, I was starting to recover from the flare that I experienced at the end of 2022. And it looks like things are going well. I was still kind of weak, but not that bad. And it looks like I was really going well on the tangent of wellness. And so one day, on Holy Week actually, at Holy Week at that time, we went to a park and spent about 4 hours there. Yeah, it's a beautiful park. We just want to spend some time together. And I remember not liking the sign on the park saying that they spray pesticide. But I thought, should be okay. But lo and behold, the next day, what happened to me was that I started feeling pain at the side of my lungs. I didn't know what happened, and the pain comes and goes, and then it continues and it worsens. And on Easter Monday, I can't hold it anymore. It was so painful that we went to the hospital and I was intubated on the spot at the emergency because I passed out immediately with 95% saturation of carbon dioxide. It was quite an emergency, It was a major scare for everybody. My husband was like, it's scary, Your wife was just, suddenly there. And my mom has to fly back. She just flew off to visit her sister and she just had to U-turn and come back to see me. Yeah. And as I woke up about 24 hours later, I have tubes all over the place. Yeah, tubes in my mouth, you name it. We can imagine that. Like, it's just all over. But during that difficult time, the grace that I experienced was so deep. I was calm. I was trusting. I didn't even try to pull my tubes because I understand that I'm in a myasthenic crisis that led to a respiratory failure. So I need all those things to get well again. So I know what's happening. Yeah, there weren't any complaint for me, and I have deep trust. And in my heart, despite not having any voice, I can write. In my heart, I keep praising and worshiping God with all that I can, just trusting in His goodness. And I see this is what I learned in my storm. In the time when I was in my time of weakness, God is the strongest. In the time when I was so helpless, He is in abundance. And in my storm, I am embraced so tightly by the arms of the Father. Dear friends, if you are experiencing some storm in your life, at this moment, I'd like to encourage you to get into the safety of the embrace of Jesus.